So I wanted to tell you real quick about another resource that I've come up with to help people who are considering moving to, or people that are living in Winston-Salem right now, and just kind of a way to get to know the city and suburbs better. Everything from eat, play, work, drink, everything there is to know about Winston-Salem. And that is the launch of the website, livinginwinstonsalem.com. The Instagram account is Living in Winston-Salem. Facebook page is Living in Winston-Salem as well. On those, we're going to do some exciting things. On the website, we're going to have an amazing newsletter that's going to have unique content that's not on YouTube or anywhere else. We're going to talk about, obviously, real estate, but we're going to highlight local businesses, everything that's going on in Winston-Salem. Same thing with the Instagram account. We're going to highlight different neighborhoods, small businesses within the neighborhoods, houses within the neighborhoods, really so you can get a feel for living in Winston-Salem and the suburbs just by going to these websites. So check them all out. They're all at Living in Winston-Salem. All right, so I get calls, emails, and texts pretty often about people that are thinking about taking a trip to Winston-Salem and they're considering it for their next move. They've usually been watching some of these videos and they're gonna kind of do what I did when I relocated my family here, right? We said, okay, let's go out, take a look around, get to know the city, see if it even makes sense to think about this further. One of the things they want to see happen at that time is they want me to kind of take them around or give them advice or show them different things around the city. And unfortunately, I just really can't do that for everyone. And I'm flattered that people would even request that. But remember, besides being a celebrity YouTuber, my real job is, I don't even get paid for that one. My real job is helping people buy and sell houses. My contact information is below if you need help with that. So what I want to do in this video is make a guide that's really going to help you explore the city, learn about the people, the places, get a feel for it, and really see if living in Winston-Salem is right for you. Now I'm going to talk about some specific places in this video, but it's more really, again, to help you get a feel for the city. I've made two other ultimate guides about Winston-Salem that you should check out for really specific recommendations. One is the ultimate guide to fall, and the other is the ultimate guide to summer. Those have lots of specific businesses, stopping points along the way. Like I said, in this video, I just want to give you an overall feel though. So first thing let's talk about is the layout of the city itself. So if you look at Winston-Salem on a map, the city is kind of divided into quadrants. So 52 is the highway that kind of divides east and west, and then 40 and 421 kind of divides the north and south. So think of it kind of like that. It breaks it up into quadrants. Now they are building the Beltway that's going to encircle the entire Winston-Salem area, which is going to make getting from one side to the other really simple. They're done with the eastern half. The western half will be done in the next couple of years. But for right now, just really start to think of the quadrant part of Winston-Salem. So here's where you start with your search. Put in some of your basic search criteria and start to see, if it's bedrooms, baths, architecture style, price point, all those things. Start to take a look at that and just in a wide view at first, right? And take a look and just see, okay, where are the majority of places that are fit my, size, budget, etc. Where are they at? And just kind of make mental note of that. But now, getting around the city itself, let's start just taking a look at some different places that you can go see just to kind of get a feel for Winston-Salem itself. The first thing I'm going to point you to down there is going to downtown and the Arts District. The east and west streets you're going to want to think about on here are 3rd and 4th Street, and then the north and south streets you're going to think about are Trade Street and Liberty Street. So that gives you kind of a general idea of the downtown area. If you explore those two streets, going east and west, and then north and south, you're going to get a really good feel. Downtown, you're going to see all the restaurants, bars, shops, all those different things like that. And then you will see in the Arts District all the museums, galleries, some of the murals, and different things like that on more of those north-south streets. Also, if you head east on 4th Street, you're going to run into kind of Bailey Park and Innovation Corridor. You've probably seen the pictures of Winston-Salem with the two big smokestacks where the old factory was, right? That's right down there at Bailey Park. You're there, there's shops, restaurants, condos, all that stuff down there. But Bailey Park is a great place to go and kind of just hang out. It's a big green space, lots of different things to do down there. There's a lot of businesses around where you can grab a bite to eat, cup of coffee, something like that. It's also where Innovation Corridor is, where a lot of the tech and smaller, medical businesses are in Winston-Salem, are headquartered kind of down there. It's Wake Forest School of Medicine is there, but it's also where they're going to be building IQ2 or Innovation Corridor 2, the second phase of that. There's going to be a ton more green space and development going on down there. So there's a lot of exciting things going on in downtown right now. Actually, more than $1 billion in development currently in downtown Winston-Salem. So look for some exciting changes in there over the next few years. Everything from, the new Callidium Children's Museum, which is almost done, new courthouse, new condo developments, commercial, projects, businesses, a lot of different things going on. Like I said, right in downtown, some cool stuff. But check out downtown in the Arts District first. After you do that, head down to see some of the history of Winston-Salem. Go down to BROOKSTOWN or Old Salem. And actually on the website, livinginwinstonsalem.com, we have an article where you can spend a whole day in Old Salem and really dig deep into the history of Winston-Salem, the Moravian people that settled there. It's a cool spot. It's got some of the oldest buildings in town there, but a lot of neat stuff down there to go and explore in Brookstown and Old Salem. So that kind of gives you an idea of, right, the past of Winston-Salem, also takes you into the present and the future. That's why I want you to go see those two places to really start to get a feel of where the city came from. You can see kind of where it's going. Next, let's check out some parks and greenways. Winston-Salem, for a city of its size, really maintains an amazing amount of parks, close to 80 different parks. They have miles and miles of trails and greenways that they maintain as well. Really great for people that like the outdoors. But two parks in particular I want to mention to you. One is Miller Park, right in the Ardmore neighborhood. It's a good-sized park with a lot of walking trails, a lot of different activity spaces, and a lot of different green space in there as well. I like it. It's got really old, big, huge oak trees, and it's just really peaceful to walk through there. There's a creek, and it's just a nice place to go hang. So I definitely recommend Miller Park, not too far from downtown as well. But also check out Quarry Park. It's got some of my favorite views in the city. I've talked about it many times. Actually, right now they're expanding Quarry Park. It's really exciting how it's coming along. Definitely worth spending a little bit of time going out, seeing the views, and just kind of seeing how they're developing that out there. I think you'll like it as well. But then check out some of the greenways that are in Winston-Salem too, and I'm just going to mention two of them. The first is the Long Branch Greenway, that right off of downtown as well, right near Innovation Quarter. The second one is going to be the Muddy Creek Greenway. That will take you through kind of more some of Winston-Salem's more popular neighborhoods. That's nice to go out there and explore. Again, these are paved, really easy to bike or walk. You get some nice views of the city. You'll meet some of the people that are out there. It's always pretty active, but not too crowded. So that will give you an idea of some of the city and start to see some of the people here as well. Back on some of the art stuff, after you go see the Arts District downtown, when you're walking through some of these, you'll start to see some really neat mural projects that are going on in Winston-Salem. They're dotted all throughout the city, but especially if you're walking around downtown. But another resource for that, if you want to check out more of that type of art, is the Winston-Salem Mural Project. The website is WSNC Mural Project. They have an interactive map on there where you can go out and check all these individual murals and just have them all mapped out for you. It's really convenient. It's kind of neat if you really like exploring some of those things. Some great spots for, some Instagrams and other cool stuff like that. Another place I want you to check out, just to get a good feel for the city, especially some of its past and some of its present, is Ronaldo. Now, the Ronaldo area is broken up into kind of three different destinations. Again, we have an article on livinginwinstonsalem.com where you can go into a little bit of a deeper dive on that, but I'll say first is the Ronaldo Village, which is an outdoor mall with lots of shopping, restaurants. It's surrounded by a huge park and a creek. It's just a great place to not only go shopping or grab something to eat, but just to kind of go explore. The next is the Ronaldo House, which has been converted into a museum. So it's the Ronaldo House Museum of Modern Art, which is just kind of what it says. It's the Reynolds family home that was converted into a museum. And last is Ronaldo Gardens, beautiful outdoor space where they have lots of different topiaries, perennials, annuals. I'm not sure of the garden word. Lots of different plants. Ronaldo Gardens has a great variety of things to explore. You can hit it really easy when you're at the house or the village. It's a really simple stop. So you can spend quite an amount of time out in Ronaldo, but then I want you to talk about some other shopping, start to explore a couple other places. And like I said, I'm not going to talk about a ton of those. Winston-Salem has some really great shops, boutiques, and all the individual neighborhoods that's really worth going out to explore as you get a little bit deeper in. But a couple places I'll mention for you right away. One is going to be Camel City Goods. A lot of local Winston-Salem clothes, memorabilia, and things like that, really, if you want to grab something to mark your trip here. Also, there's Mass General Store, which is right downtown, has a lot of local goods as well. Then you have McKay's, which is kind of a resale shop if you're into like electronics, games, clothes. They have instruments, a little bit of everything there. It's a huge space. Check out McKay's if you're into that. But what I really want you to do in the shopping part here on this trip is to start looking at some of your places that you're going to go. Like start to see how some of these things are going to match your lifestyle, if they're going to match your lifestyle, right? Is Trader Joe's your thing? And you got to be 10 minutes from it. I know that was one of my things when I moved here. I wanted to be within 15 minutes of Trader Joe's, so I had to make sure that was it. Or is Costco your thing, or Whole Foods, or whatever the case may be? Start to really look at where some of these things are. Go, see where they're at, where you're starting to see those houses on your initial search, and start to see if some of that stuff matches, right? Is this commute something that you can do every week when you got to go run to Costco? Does that make sense for you? Or do you have to reconsider a different location or something else like that? But really start to get a feel for how the city of Winston-Salem is going to fit your lifestyle. All right, after you do some of that stuff, you start, seeing where you're going to shop and, go eat and do some of those things. Let's start to go explore some of the neighborhoods. And again, you're going to take those based on what you're looking for in your house, price, budget, location, all that stuff like that. But then start to go out and get a feel for the neighborhood itself, really start to drive some of them and things like that. All the ones that you've heard of probably, right? West End with its hilly streets and really unique architecture, or Ardmore with its little more eclectic style with a really tight community feel, or Sherwood Forest, which is, a little bit bigger lots, mature trees, a little bit more of a suburban feel. Or do you want to be in BUENA VISTA, one of the more desirable neighborhoods, or BROOKBERRY Farm, whatever the case may be, really start to go and take a look at some of those neighborhoods. But here's the thing I want you to do when you get out there and you're considering that neighborhood. Pull up your favorite app for searching for real estate and look at not only what's for sale, but look at what has sold recently, right? Take a look at, okay, does that fit my budget? Could I have seen myself buying that house for that amount of money in this location? This will really give you a feel when you're in the neighborhood and you see the house, what is not only ones that are listed right now, but also ones that have sold and what they have sold for. You can really start to put that together and see if it makes sense for you. And the last thing I want to say about neighborhoods is, remember, I did a hidden gems video a little while back. That goes by some of the, off the beaten path neighborhoods that aren't always discussed. So if you want to be in Meadowlark School District, right? So take a look. Pull up, your favorite real estate app again and start to look at some of those, and then go off some of those neighborhoods that aren't really, the big name neighborhoods but still serve that district, and go do that same thing. You can maybe find a really hidden gem for yourself by doing that. After you get out of the neighborhoods, you've seen some stuff in the city. Let's do a similar thing for the suburbs. Now, I've made a lot of videos on the suburbs. We have guides to them on livinginwinstonsalem.com, as well as neighborhood guides on livinginwinstonsalem.com. But check out some of these suburbs. Go out there, drive to them, right? Take a look at Clemens, and then do the same thing with your real estate app. Would I have seen myself buying this house for this much in this area? Or it's Pofftown or Louisville or Kernersville, whatever the case may be, but start to explore some of those suburbs. And even if you're considering some of those ones that are a little bit further out, right? Maybe you're looking in Davie County in, Bermuda Run or Advance. Take a look down there, see the commute from there to the city. It's not far, it's about 20 minutes, but does that work for you along with all your other things like that? Really get out and start to explore some of those. I think by doing that, by really getting a feel for the city, seeing some of the people, some of the shops, some of the places to eat, things to do, things like that, you really start to get a better feel of Winston-Salem. And if living here really makes sense for you, you can kind of just see these things starting to come together. I wish I would have known these things or thought of these things a little bit better when I did my move here. But the fortunate thing about helping about 100 other families since then is we've got kind of a system dialed in. I hope this video is helpful. If I can be a resource for you for real estate, please reach out to me directly. You can email me at jeff@govalentino.com. Thanks.